All right. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who was worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutation to you brothers that's out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right. The title of this video is going to be called Whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. In parentheses, it's talking about all nations with a question mark. All right. Because these people out here, the main scripture they go to besides John 3:16, the main scripture they go to saying everybody can be saved is Romans the 10th chapter, saying whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. That means any nation. I mean, okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna put the little theory that you come up with to the test. All right, because I'm gonna read the scripture and we're gonna look up some words and then I'm gonna make a rebuttal. All right. So this is Romans chapter 10 verse 13. It says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." All right. Now reading that for face value, which that's exactly what the guys are doing. They're reading it like, oh, okay, yeah, that's talking about everybody. It said whosoever. All right. Now, us in the know, when I say us, I'm talking about us that know that we're Hebrew Israelites. We know this is talking about, this is talking about Israel only. All right. This is only pertaining to Israel because Israel is the only one that can be saved, because Israel is the only one that can sin, because Israel was the only one that was given the law. All right. In that order. Okay. So, first, I'm gonna look up that word. I'm gonna look up the word call. All right. I got it right here. I'm gonna look up the word call. All right. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. I could go ahead and read down all this, but I'm gonna get straight to the point because I don't want to make this too long. I'm gonna get straight to the point, the one that stood out the most. All right. This is definition 3, down to B. All right. It says to blame one for, accuse one of. All right. Now, keep that in your mind. To blame one of. It's like to blame one for or accuse one of. So if I'm accusing you of something, or if I'm blaming you for something, I'm calling upon you. All right. Keep that in mind. All right. Now we're gonna go to 2nd Maccabees, the 9th chapter. All right, and then we're gonna read this, from on down. I'm not. You know what? I don't want to make this too long, and it's this whole entire chapter. So I'm going to get straight to the points on this one. So I'm going to start. Hold on. I'm gonna just start from 5. I'm gonna start from 5, and I'm gonna stop. At 12. Okay. All right. This is 2nd Maccabees chapter 9 in verse 5. It says, "But the Lord," I'm gonna read the first chapter to let y'all know who is it talking about. Then I'm gonna go to skip to 9 to 5. This is 2nd Maccabees chapter 9 verse 1. It says, about that time came Antiochus, which dishonored out of Persia. All right, and Antiochus is an Edomite. All right. Now I'm gonna go down to verse 5. It says, but the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he has spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was relentless came upon him, and sore tormented of the inner parts, and that most, it's like it says, and that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. It says, howbeit he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews, and commanding to haste to journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carrying violently, so that so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pained. All right. So, Lord smite this guy with, a rigorous sickness. All right. It says, and thus he that a little war, it's like, let me read that over. It says, and thus he that a little afore thought he might command the wave of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountain in a balance, was now cast on the ground, and carried in the horse litterer, showing forth unto all the manifest power of Yahweh. So it says, so that the worms arose up out of his body of the wicked man, and while he lived in the sorrow and pain, his flesh fled away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army. And the man that thought a little afore he could reach to the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry for his his intolerable stink. It says here, therefore, being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride and to come to the acknowledge of himself by the scourge of Yahweh. It says his pains increased every moment, and when he himself could not abide his own smell, is it still going? Okay, kind. All right, Slacky, I thought it was going off. It says, cannot bide his own smell. Kind. It says he said these words. It is meet to be subject unto Yahweh, and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were Yahweh. All right, so basically, Antiochus was an Edomite, and what was he doing? He was acknowledging Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. All right. So what was he doing? He was beginning to blame Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua for the things he was going for. Thus, why he said the things he said. He said, a mortal man should not think himself to be what? I'm gonna read it off. It says, what? A mortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were Yahweh. All right. So as he were God. All right. So he's basically blaming. He's like, hey, yo, a man should not think himself to be God because of this, because of the torments I'm going through. So he's beginning to blame Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for the torments and the pains he was going through. All right. So back to that word blame. What it says, to blame one for, accuse one of. So he's beginning to blame and accuse Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for the things he was going through. Thus why he said the things he said. He said, what? It is meet to be subject up under Yahweh. And a mortal should not think himself proudly to be because that's what he was doing. All right. And when he was doing that, look what the Lord did to him. So he's saying, he basically repented. All right. He was repenting. All right. But this is an Edomite repenting to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and let's I'm gonna read a little bit more. All right. It says this wicked person vowed also unto the Lord. Oh my Lord, he vowed to the Lord, who now no more would have mercy upon him, thus saying thus, that the holy city to the wicked. Hold on, I'm gonna skip down to verse 18 because I'm just for the time's sake. Verse 18, it says, but for all, because basically he's been vowing, repenting, and basically repenting. It says, now this is verse 18, it says, but for all these his pains would not cease, for the just judgment of Yahweh was come upon him. Therefore, despising of his health, he wrote unto the Jews. All right, and I'm gonna stop right there. Basically, man, he called upon the name of the Lord, but yet he was not saved. All right. So this is a question to you people. And now the reason why I looked up the word "saved," and the reason why I looked up the word "called" is because you got a guy, you got these guys out here saying, "Oh, well, he literally didn't say, 'Lord, save me,' or he literally didn't say." He literally didn't call upon the name of the Lord, which, it's literally said, he made a vow to the Lord, I think not probably, that's a big G. So he said Yahweh, so he knew the name, so he basically repented to the Lord, but yet he was not saved. All right. That's a gigantic cut to your whole entire doctrine where you said whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. All right. So that's one big gigantic cut that you cannot come against, man. All right. So I'm basically waiting for a response or a rebuttal or whatever you got to explain why did the Lord, save this guy? Since whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, why don't the Lord save this Edomite? Huh? This Idumean. All right? Why don't the Lord save this Edomite if everybody can be saved? Okay? And with that, I'm going to just give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutation to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right? And with that, shalom.